Okay, hello everyone. I hope you all are doing good, having a great weekend. I get asked periodically, not very often, but periodically I get asked about how to install Google Chrome and or Firefox, the real Firefox, which is now Firefox Quantum, how to install those in MiyoLinux. Because as you may or may not know, MiyoLinux comes with no web browser, so a lot of people will have to download a browser from the repositories just to be able to download Google Chrome or the real Firefox. So it's actually very easy. Now I haven't done it in quite some time, so I had to look up my instructions again. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Now this is a fresh installation of Miyo Modern Debian Edition. All I have done, I've changed from the stock menu that comes out of the box to op menu generator, and the instructions to do that are in the release notes. I've fixed the icon issue down here with the volume icon, and as you can see here, look right here, look right there, I've added the deepen cursor right there. See it? Nowhere else on YouTube can you find such great, informative, in-depth information about Linux as you can on the MiyoLinux channel. It's right there. So this is a fresh installation. As you'll see, I'll open up the network category and there's no web browser installed. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Now I have already made these fonts a little bigger so it's easier to see, and don't worry, I'm going to leave these instructions in the description of the video, so you don't have to worry about trying to write this down real quick. It'll be in the description. Okay, now first thing we're going to do is install Google Chrome. So let's open up a terminal. And we're going to download the deb file with wget. Copy that command, paste it in, and we are downloading Google Chrome stable. Okay, now this does actually install it on your system. My method of installing Firefox Quantum does not actually install it. It just allows you to run it on your system. You can do anything and everything with it. It's just like if you click something, open like a link to open in the browser, it's not going to open Firefox Quantum. So just be aware of that. To me, it's not a big deal. It might be to you. And if you know how to do that, how to fix that, feel free to comment in the comments below. I don't surf the web very much. I have like 3 or 4 sites that I normally go to, and occasionally I go into the dark side and go to a few other sites. But I don't spend much time on the internet. I'm a pretty boring computer user. Alright, that has finished downloading. Now we're going to install it. Now that should be in our home folder. Let's open our file manager just to double check that. There it is. Now you could right click on this and install it with gdebi, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to install it through the terminal because we're probably going to see some errors because of some missing dependencies, and I just want you to see that. Okay, so we're going to install it, enter our password, It'll probably throw up a few errors of some missing dependencies, and it won't finish the installation of Google Chrome. But that's what this next command down here is for. So it's unpacking Google Chrome. Come on, where are those errors? Show it to me, baby. Oh dear. Error processing the package Google Chrome stable because of dependency problems, leaving it unconfigured. Oh dear, what are we going to do? Well, it tells you right up here. Dependency problems, fonts liberation, lib app indicator, and blah blah blah. So let's enter that final command to fix those issues. And it should also not only install the dependencies, but finish the installation of Google Chrome. Yes, I want to do that. Setting up Google Chrome stable. Alright, that is finished installing. Let's see if it's in our menu now. Go to the network category, and there it is. Let's click on it and see if it actually works. Unnamed window. Make Google Chrome the default browser. No. Automatically send usage. No. Because I'm not going to use Google Chrome. I'm just showing that it actually works. And there it is, Google Chrome in all of its glory. Installed through the terminal. Alright, let's move on now to Firefox Quantum. Now like I mentioned earlier, my method, I'm not saying this is the best method. It's what I do, and it's what works for me. I install it, or I unpack it into my public folder. Normally things like this go in your OPT folder, but what I've noticed is in the past when I would do all this and put it in the OPT folder, it wouldn't automatically update itself. And that's one of the benefits of doing this, is you will always keep an up-to-date version of Firefox Quantum because it updates itself. It's not dependent upon your package manager. And sometimes, you know, the package manager may not give you an update on a browser as quickly as if you were using the actual browser. So what I do, instead of putting it into OPT, now you can put it in OPT, but you have to open the browser as root for it to update itself. And I'm not even going to do that. So I put it in my public folder. So let's get this going. Let's open up the terminal again, and I'm going to cd change directories into the public folder. Alright, cd squiggly line public. Let me move my cursor out of the way. Alright, we're in the publics folder. Now let's download the tar file. This command right here using wget. And of course, they do have 32-bit versions of Firefox Quantum. For those of you who have 32-bit computers and you want to be able to watch Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and whatever else, Firefox Quantum will allow you to do that. So let's copy that command and paste it in here. Now, I'm going to discuss something while this is downloading. Okay, it's downloading. Now, if you'll notice right here, I'm downloading 67.0.3. There's actually a newer version, 0.4, but I'm doing this on purpose because I want you to see that it does update itself. So I thought I'd be sneaky that way. When I put these instructions on the or in the description on YouTube, I will put the actual most current up-to-date version, so you won't have to worry about that. Let's see. Alright, it's still at 60 something percent. Now there is a slight difference, of course, between the 32-bit and the 64-bit version of when you download it. Oh dear, and I've got both 64 bits. Like I said, nowhere else do you get such great information. I'll fix that before I upload these instructions to YouTube. That guy's an idiot. Alright, now we're going to unpack the tar file. First, before we do that, let's just look and make sure it did download it. Go to the public folder, and there it is. Alright, I'm going to leave that open so that you can see that it does work. Alright, let's unpack that bad boy. Copy that command, paste it in there, and hit enter. And as you see, it's opening up here, unpacking it. But wait until this is finished over here in the terminal. Shouldn't take too much longer. Shouldn't take too much longer. Not too much longer. Come on, Firefox, you can do it. Alright, there we go. Now here's the thing. When you install, I'll just say install. When you install Firefox Quantum this way, you don't get, let me show you, you don't get a launcher in your menu. So you have a couple of, well, you have more than a couple of options. You can run it from the terminal using that command right there. But who wants to do that, right? I mean, there are some people who want to do that. I'm not one of them. You can come to the public folder, click on the Firefox folder, and click on this Firefox executable, and that'll run it. Or you can take just a few minutes, and this is my preferred method, take just a few minutes to create a launcher for it. So let's do that. Let's see. You can create a launcher for it in local share applications. So let's show hidden files. Local. There's the local folder. Share applications. Now what we're going to do, let's see, I'm just going to minimize that. We are going to create an empty file here. So right click and then do empty file. Now you have to name this something .desktop. I'm going to call it myfirefox.desktop. Okay? Now, we are going to create a very basic launcher. There's not going to be very much to this. I can go ahead and close this terminal out. This is going to be a very basic launcher. a no-frills launcher that's just going to get the job done for us, okay? So let's open that with our text editor. Let me get this up here where you can see it good. Now the first thing we want to do is put inside of brackets desktop entry. Inside of brackets, okay? The next line, we're going to give it a name. This is the name that's going to appear in the menu. You can call it whatever you want to. I just call it Firefox. Next line, I'll go ahead and put the executable. This is the command that's going to run the executable. And that command for this particular situation, since I put it in the public folder, is squiggly line public Firefox. We put that folder in the public folder. When we untarred it, it created a folder called Firefox. Inside of that folder is the Firefox executable. So that's what that's talking about right there, okay? Let's see for the next, I don't know if this is really needed, but I'm going to go ahead and put it terminal equals false. Next, what type is this? Well, it's an application. Firefox is an application, okay? Next, we will, what category? Category. Category. And it's categories, not category. Categories equals, what category do we want this to appear in our menu? We want it to appear in the network. And finally, let's give it an icon. Icon equals Firefox. Now, when I save this, this right here should change to the Firefox icon. Ta-da! Hooray! It worked! Alright, let's see now if it's actually in our menu. And there it is! Hooray! It worked! Now let's click on it and see if it actually works. Come on, Firefox. Now remember, I said I actually installed a slightly older version because I want you to see that it does update itself. Alright, here we go. We're opening. I better do this fast. Let's see, preferences I think is what you go to. This is taking it a little bit. I've always noticed that the first time I open Firefox, it takes it a moment. Come on, baby. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There it is. Look, it's already downloading an update. Oh dear. It's applying the update. Come on, Firefox, you can do it. And we need to restart to update Firefox. So let's do that. So I hope that was helpful to people. Firefox should reopen here in a moment. We should get a small window showing that it's installing the updates or whatever. Or maybe not. Here we go. Alright, now we installed, what was it, 67.0.3. Let's see what we're on. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, let's see. Alright, there it is. We're on 67.0.4 now. So there you go. That's how it works. I hope that was helpful to some people. And if you know a better way to do any of this stuff, feel free to comment below. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Alright, take care.